Hi everyone, hope you're well. As you can tell, I rearranged the schedule a little bit. I gave you sort of an extra week to catch up. I see that just about everybody has caught up, so I hope that helps you to stay on target now. So I'll rearrange the timing of the other units so that we can complete all the work, but so that I don't leave anybody behind. I hope you've found a rhythm to your work. It is difficult with online courses to find how you're going to get your rhythm, whether you're going to do something every day, whether you're going to do things in pieces. But I admire you. Persevere. This will be a bit of an easier week for you. I'll explain what we're going to be reading about, but first I want to talk about some of the things that begin the unit. So the first thing I ask you to do is to post what topic you're thinking about on the discussion board. So the topic I've called under consideration. So this doesn't have to be your final decision. And I know at least one of you has two under consideration. So that even that's okay. But it kind of gives us a ballpark for how we can, what everybody's thinking about, how we're going to work together, support each other, help each other. You find a reference that you think will be helpful to other people, and you'll let that work out. Also, make a decision on your participant observation and how you're going to do that and where you're going to do that. Don't make it someplace that's so unfamiliar to you that you're just going to be overwhelmed and loaded with questions and having a clue as to what's going on. But maybe something that's closer to your own tradition. I remember, this is a long time ago, but I remember I was working for Bread for the World. I was part of a group that was preparing some retreat materials for them. And we were working at the seminary in Douglaston. And during the noontime break, I went upstairs and went to Mass. And one of the other people at Mass, he was a Lutheran pastor, came over to me afterwards and said that he was surprised they had a Lutheran Eucharist at a Catholic seminary. And I said, not Lutheran, that was Roman Catholic liturgy. So sometimes, even if here's a Lutheran pastor who didn't realize how close those two liturgical celebrations were at that time. But on the other hand, sometimes going to the 7:30 Mass on a Sunday can be completely different from going to the 6 p.m. Mass at that very same parish. So you make the decision on what you're going to do and what you're going to be attentive to. And then go look at documents to see, how close is this to really what it should be. One of the things I keep paying attention to at the end of the Roman Catholic liturgy during the final blessing is those presiders who use that presider role and say, may Almighty God bless you, protect you from all evil, and go in peace. May God bless us, sorry. And the others who say, may God bless us. So it's, it's a different one. One is what's written in the book, and another is a different kind of mindset, I guess, about the role of presider. Now, I haven't had any conversations with people about, well, why do you do this, or why do you do that, or whether they're even paying attention to what they're saying, or, but I've been really attentive to that and noticing the difference. So the substance of this week's readings and the discussion is, though you're reading those documents that got us from the Constitution on the Sacred Liturgy, which you read a couple of weeks ago, to today. And so there was a series of instructions that were written. And so those are the documents that you'll be reading. But remember, pay close attention to the pastoral introductions that are in liturgy documents. That's particularly why I have you using that book, because those pastoral introductions are very fine. Even though you can find the documents themselves on the web, you can't find those pastoral introductions, and they really set it up very nicely. And the question on the message board this week is to post 3 things. So you decide what the 3 things are. Are they 3 questions that they can't come out of the readings? Are they 3 observations? Are they 3 confusions? 3 surprises? That'll give us a little variety. And then check back to the message board and see what other people are writing, respond to them. We haven't been doing that so well lately. I think you're just desperately glad when you finally get yours up on the web and you mark that, check that box off, and that's done. But we all benefit by reading other people's discussions. I think it was going back to the participant observation. Patrick posted something really significant, I thought, when he talked about going to evening prayer at St. Patrick's Cathedral with Pope Francis. That when Pope Francis came in, there was like lots of, greeting everybody, and it was exciting, and everybody was, very moved with him, and so was he, greeting everybody. And then he went to the back and vested. And when he returned, it was time for prayer. And throughout the weekend, I was really impressed with what a man of deep prayer he is. That just struck me over and over again. I don't think I've ever seen that so consistently in a presider. And it really called me to a kind of accountability on my expectations and my own prayerfulness. And that's another question that is on the discussion board this week. Has our culture made us kind of consumers of liturgy, or are we more like Pope Francis? We've come for prayer. If I can be of help, call, email me, text me, whatever it is. And I hope you enjoy the week and enjoy the readings. Bye.